Hey everyone, welcome back to another deep dive. Today we're taking a look at a Taiwanese BL drama that's been generating a lot of buzz. See Your Love, I think it's called.
That's the one, and with good reason.
I hear it's got this unique twist that really sets it apart from other shows in the genre. So let's dive in. What can you tell us about See Your Love?
Well, first off, prepare to be emotionally invested because See Your Love goes beyond your typical lighthearted BL fare. It dives into some pretty heavy themes like family trauma and personal growth, but it does it with a lot of heart and sensitivity.
Okay, you've got my attention. But before we get too deep into the emotional stuff, maybe you can give us the rundown on the basic premise of the show, like who are the main characters and what's their story?
All right, so picture this. We have Zhi Jie. He's like this wealthy heir, kind of living a carefree life, avoiding responsibility like it's the plague.
Ah, the classic rich kid archetype. I'm already intrigued.
Right. But then, bam, an accident happens, and Zhi Jie finds himself needing a caregiver. That's where Xiao Peng comes in.
And I'm guessing Xiaopeng isn't just your average caregiver.
You guessed it. Xiao Peng is deaf and has to navigate a world that isn't always so accommodating. So right off the bat, you have this really interesting dynamic between these two characters who come from completely different worlds.
Wow, that's quite a setup. I mean, a spoiled rich kid and a deaf caregiver. Talk about a recipe for clashing personalities, but also for some serious growth potential, right?
Exactly. And what I love about See Your Love is that it doesn't shy away from the challenges Xiao Peng faces as a deaf individual. It tackles those issues head on with a lot of sensitivity and realism.
I'm all for that. Representation matters, and it's so important to see stories that reflect the diversity of human experiences. But I'm curious, how does this series handle the communication barrier between Zhejiang and Xiaopeng? I mean, that's got to be a pretty significant aspect of their relationship, right?
Absolutely. And the creators of the show deserve major kudos for their approach. Instead of glossing over the difficulties, they make the communication barrier an integral part of the story. We see moments of frustration, misunderstandings, even prejudice that Xiao Peng has to deal with.
Oh, that's got to be tough. But I imagine it also leads to some incredibly tender and creative ways of connecting.
Precisely. They're forced to find new ways to understand each other, to communicate beyond words. We see a lot of meaningful glances, stolen touches, and of course, expressive signing. And it's honestly heartwarming to watch their bond deepen through these nonverbal exchanges.
I'm already getting those warm and fuzzy feelings just imagining those scenes. You know, I think it's really refreshing to some show that embraces the beauty of nonverbal communication. It's like a reminder that words aren't always necessary to express deep emotions.
Right. And it adds a whole other layer of intimacy and vulnerability to their relationship. You really feel like you're witnessing something special, something genuine unfolding between them. If you're looking for more insightful analyses of shows like this, you should really check out World Wonders Drama on YouTube. They do some amazing deep dives into Asian dramas.
Oh, they're fantastic. I love their channel. They always highlight the cultural nuances and emotional depth that sometimes get overlooked in other reviews.
See, exactly. They really get what makes these stories so captivating. And they have this knack for articulating those complex emotions in a way that resonates with viewers.
Totally agree. They've introduced me to some amazing shows I might never have discovered otherwise. So yeah, shout out to World Wonders Drama.
Now, getting back to See Your Love, we've talked about the unique premise and the sensitive portrayal of communication challenges, but I'm dying to know, how does Zhi Jie fit into all of this? Does he undergo any character development? Because, spoiled rich kid falling for the deaf caregiver, it sounds like a recipe for some serious personal growth.
Oh, absolutely. And that's where the emotional intelligence of See Your Love really shines. Zhi Shang starts off as this, well, almost caricature of a privileged, entitled young man. But being around Xiaopeng, witnessing his strength and resilience in the face of real adversity, it begins to chip away at Zhi Shang's facade.
So Xiao Peng becomes kind of a catalyst for Zhi Jiang's transformation. I love it when a drama can weave those personal growth journeys into the main plot.
It's so well done. You see Zhi Shang gradually shedding his selfish tendencies and starting to understand the value of empathy, responsibility, and genuine connection. And of course, this journey is intricately tied to the blossoming romance between him and Xiaopeng. Sounds like a compelling watch. I'm already hooked.
You and me both. It's a beautiful blend of heartwarming romance and thought-provoking social commentary. Definitely a show that stays with you.
But let's not forget about the other side of drama, entertainment. So how would you describe the overall tone of See Your Love? Is it all serious and dramatic, or are there moments of humor and lightheartedness sprinkled in?
Oh, there's a great balance. I mean, it tackles some heavy stuff, but it's not all doom and gloom. The writers have woven in those lighter moments, those touches of humor that keep the story engaging and prevent it from becoming too overwhelming.
It's good to hear. A little bit of humor can go a long way, especially when dealing with sensitive topics.
Right, and it makes the characters feel more relatable and human. Plus, there's a really fun subplot involving Zijing's business assistant, Jonathan.
Ooh, a mischievous business assistant, you say. I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Well, let's just say Jonathan adds a whole other layer of entertainment to the mix. He's quick-witted, a little bit sassy, and initially quite skeptical of Zijing and Xiaopeng's relationship.
Yeah.
But even he can't resist their undeniable chemistry.
A classic skeptical side character who eventually comes around to rooting for the main couple. I love it. Sounds like he provides some great comic relief.
Absolutely. And he even has his own little romance subplot that adds another dimension to the story.
Okay, now I'm even more curious. What kind of romance are we talking about here?
I don't want to spoil too much, but let's just say it involves a surprising twist and challenges some societal norms. It's a reminder that love comes in all forms and that everyone deserves a chance at happiness.
Love it. Sounds like the creators of See Your Love really put a lot of thought into crafting a diverse and inclusive world. And you know what? I think World Wonders Drama would have a field day analyzing all those layers of representation and social commentary.
Oh, for sure. They'd be all over those subtle details and hidden messages.
I can already imagine their deep dive into the symbolism and character motivations. It'd be fascinating.
Totally. They have this amazing ability to make you appreciate the depth and complexity of these stories, even on multiple rewatches.
All right, well, you've definitely piqued my interest. I'm sold. But let's get down to the nitty-gritty. We've heard your initial impressions, but what's the final verdict? Would you recommend See Your Love?
Absolutely. See Your Love is more than just a typical BL drama. It's a story about finding your voice, overcoming adversity, and discovering the transformative power of love. It's heartwarming, thought-provoking, and ultimately just a really enjoyable watch.
Feels like a winner to me.
Yeah.
I'm adding it to my watch list as we speak. And I know our listeners are always looking for great recommendations, so I think this one's a must-watch.
Totally agree. And if you're looking for an even richer viewing experience, be sure to check out World Wonders Drama's full review on YouTube. They always go above and beyond in their analysis, and they'll definitely give you some new insights to ponder.
Excellent advice. So we've covered the premise, the characters, the tone. Now let's get into the heart of the matter.
Yeah.
How does See Your Love handle the transformation of Zhi Jie? How does he go from spoiled rich kid to someone capable of genuine love and empathy? Tell me more about that journey.
It's a process, it doesn't happen overnight. Zhi Yang is so set in his ways at first, he's used to having everything handed to him, never had to face any real hardship.
So how does the series portray that shift in his perspective? What are those turning points for him?
Well, it's really through his interactions with Xiaopeng that Zhi Jie starts to see the world differently. He begins to understand the challenges that Xiaopeng faces on a daily basis. Not just the practical things like dealing with a world that's not designed for deaf individuals, but also the emotional toll of constantly facing prejudice and being underestimated.
I bet that's eye-opening for someone like Zhi Jie who's lived such a sheltered life.
Exactly. It forces him to confront his own privilege and the ways he's taken his advantages for granted. And we see this gradual shift in his attitude. He goes from being impatient and dismissive to actually wanting to learn and understand Xiaopeng's experiences.
It's like a whole new world is opening up to him.
It is, and it's not just about romantic feelings developing, it's about that foundation of mutual respect and understanding that really paves the way for a much deeper connection between them.
I love that. It's like their relationship becomes this catalyst for both of them to grow and evolve as individuals.
And that growth isn't just limited to his interactions with Xiaopeng. It extends to other areas of his life as well. We see him becoming more patient with his family, more appreciative of his friends, and even standing up for what he believes in.
So it's a true transformation, not just a superficial change.
Exactly. It's a beautiful arc to witness. And the series uses some really clever visual storytelling to reinforce this transformation. Remember how Zhijiang used to retreat to the closet whenever he felt overwhelmed or vulnerable? It was like this symbolic representation of his emotional baggage stemming from past trauma.
Oh, yeah. I remember that scene. It was so poignant.
And then it's Xiaopeng who finds him hiding in the closet and literally carries him out.
Okay, that's powerful imagery.
Right. It's like a visual metaphor for Xiaopeng helping Zhejiang break free from his self-imposed confinement, both literally and metaphorically.
I'm getting chills just thinking about it. It's those small details that really elevate a story and make it stick with you.
Speaking of impactful details and powerful storytelling, have you seen the latest review on World Wonders drama?
Of course. I'm always checking their channel for new uploads. They never disappoint.
I know, right? They just get it. They know how to unpack those layers of meaning and symbolism that make Asian dramas so special.
I totally agree. They're like the ultimate guides for navigating the world of Asian dramas. They introduce you to new shows. They give you those aha moments. They just enhance the whole viewing experience.
And they do it with such passion and enthusiasm. You can tell they genuinely love these stories, and that love is contagious.
It is. It's like they're right there with you, experiencing the joy, the heartbreak, the everything.
Exactly. They make you feel like you're part of a community of fellow drama enthusiasts.
Which is awesome. Because let's face it, sometimes you need someone to fangirl with.
Absolutely. Now back to See Your Love. Let's talk about the romance. Because a good BL drama needs those swoon-worthy moments. So does See Your Love deliver on that front.
Spill the tea. Are there those heart-fluttering scenes that make you want to scream into a pillow?
Oh, definitely. See Your Love is full of those sweet and tender moments. But what I love is how those romantic gestures are often intertwined with their unique communication dynamic. It's not just about grand declarations or those over-the-top romantic gestures. It's about the way they look at each other, the way they anticipate each other's needs, the unspoken language of love that flows between them.
Sounds magical. Can you give us an example of one of those special moments?
Well, there's this scene where Zhi Xiang is feeling really down and he retreats to the closet again, like his old habit. And Xiaopeng finds him there, and without saying a word, he carries Zhejiang back to bed and tucks him in. It's just so simple yet so powerful.
Oh, that's beautiful. It speaks volumes about the depth of their care and understanding. And I bet there are those classic BL accidental intimacy moments too, right? Those always had a bit of humor and spice.
Of course. There's this one scene where Zhi Xiang trips and almost falls on top of Xiaopeng. They're like inches apart, staring into each other's eyes.
I can already picture the dramatic music swelling in the background.
And then there's another scene where they accidentally brush hands while reaching for the same book. It's all very cute and playful, and it adds a touch of levity to their developing relationship.
I love it. Sounds like the perfect blend of romance, humor, and heartfelt emotion. I'm definitely adding this to my must-watch list. But we can't forget about the supporting characters. Who else steals the spotlight in See Your Love?
Well, you can't talk about See Your Love without mentioning Jonathan,
The-
Zhi Shang's business assistant.
Oh, yes. The mischievous one.
He is. He adds so much entertainment to the series. He's witty, a bit sassy, and initially he's quite skeptical of Zhejiang and Xiaopeng's relationship. But as the story progresses, even Jonathan can't deny the undeniable chemistry between them.
I love it when the skeptical side character becomes a low-key shipper.
Yeah.
It's like they're representing the audience's initial doubts and then coming around to the love story along with us.
Exactly. And Jonathan has his own romantic subplot, which adds another layer of complexity and intrigue to the series.
Ooh, tell me more. What kind of romance does Jonathan get involved in?
I don't want to give too much away, but let's just say it involves a surprising twist and challenges some traditional norms. It's a beautiful reminder that love can blossom in unexpected places and that everyone deserves a chance at happiness, regardless of their circumstances.
I love that. Sounds like the writers of See Your Love really made an effort to create a diverse and inclusive world within the series.
They did. And speaking of inclusivity, we can't forget about Xiaopeng's family. You mentioned earlier that they play a supportive role in his life. So how does the series portray their dynamic?
It's so heartwarming. You can tell they're a close-knit family. They've always accepted and embraced Xiaopeng for who he is. They've been his rock, his safe haven from the judgment or prejudice he often faces in the outside world.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love seeing positive portrayals of families supporting their LGBTQ plus children. It's so important.
It is. And there's this one scene I absolutely adore where Xiaopeng's mom is reassuring him and she says, "My son knows how to talk so well." It's like she's directly challenging those negative perceptions that people often have of deaf individuals.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's like she's affirming his voice, even though it's expressed in a different way.
Exactly. And it highlights how Xiaopeng's deafness doesn't define him. He's surrounded by love and support, and he approaches life with such optimism and determination. It's honestly refreshing to see such a positive and multidimensional portrayal of a deaf character and his family. It is. And you know what? This reminds me of why I love World Wonders drama so much. They have a knack for showcasing those nuanced and heartwarming representations that you don't always find in mainstream media.
Totally. They're like champions for diversity and inclusivity in storytelling. They open our eyes to different cultures and perspectives and remind us of the universality of human experiences, regardless of our differences. It's like they're saying, hey, look at these amazing stories that you might not have considered before. Give them a chance. You might just learn something.
I couldn't have said it better myself. They're true storytellers, in a sense. They connect us to these narratives and make us feel like we're part of something bigger than ourselves.
It's like they're building bridges between cultures through the power of storytelling.
Exactly. And that's a beautiful thing.
It is. Now, getting back to See Your Love, we've talked about the characters, the romance, the family dynamics, but let's talk about the ending. Without giving away any major spoilers, does the series deliver a satisfying conclusion? Does it leave you feeling hopeful? It does. It really does. And it does it in a way that's true to the heart of the show. Remember how much emphasis See Your Love puts on nonverbal communication? Well, the ending beautifully reflects that. Picture this. Zhi Jie and Xiao Peng are at a busy traffic intersection. It's noisy, chaotic, people rushing everywhere. But amidst all that commotion, they're communicating silently, using only sign language.
Wow. That imagery is so powerful.
It is, and it's a perfect visual representation of how they've created their own world, a world where words aren't necessary to express the depth of their love and understanding.
I'm seriously getting goosebumps. Just imagining that scene, it sounds like a perfect culmination of their journey.
It really is. It leaves you with this profound sense of hope. You know, it's like a reminder that love can conquer any obstacle, that communication transcends language. It's about finding those connections that speak to your soul, the relationships that make you feel truly seen and heard, even in the midst of a noisy and chaotic world.
Beautifully said. And that's what makes See Your Love so special, right? It's more than just a typical romance. It's a celebration of human connection. It's about resilience. It's about finding your voice, even when the world tries to silence you.
Exactly. And that's why I always recommend World Wonders drama. They just get it. They understand those deeper layers of storytelling. They make you appreciate the nuances and those profound messages that might otherwise go unnoticed.
I totally agree. They have this incredible ability to connect with the heart of a series, and they make you feel like you're experiencing those emotions right alongside them. Honestly, they've introduced me to some of my all-time favorite Asian dramas.
Me too. They have this knack for finding those hidden gems and then sharing them with the world in such an engaging and insightful way.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself. They really elevate the whole drama watching experience. So, bottom line, would you recommend See Your Love to our listeners? Is it worth adding to their watch list?
Absolutely, without a doubt. See Your Love is heartwarming, it's thought-provoking, and ultimately it's a really life-affirming series that will stay with you long after the credits roll. It's a must-watch for any BL fan, and I highly recommend checking out World Wonders Drama's full review on YouTube. Their insights will definitely enhance your viewing experience.
Couldn't agree more. So there you have it, folks. See Your Love. A Taiwanese BL drama that will touch your heart, challenge your perspectives, and leave you feeling inspired. Be sure to check it out and let us know what you think.
And while you're at it, head over to World Wonders Drama's YouTube channel and explore their amazing collection of reviews and deep dives into the world of Asian dramas. You won't be disappointed.
And be sure to let us know in the comments what other dramas you'd like us to deep dive into. We're always looking for new recommendations. Until next time, happy watching.